What if I told you the difference between a beggar and a businessman is not money, but a single thought? Great minds like Musk, Jobs, and Bezos all proved one truth. Your life becomes what your mind believes. But if that's true, why do so many people still struggle? Why do so many never rise above their circumstances? Today's story answers that question. Through the journey of a man who had nothing, yet discovered a mindset that changed his entire life. Stay with me till the end. This story might change the way you see yourself forever. There once lived a poor man named Raza in a busy and noisy railway station. Every day, he survived by asking travelers for spare coins. One afternoon, he noticed a confident, well-dressed gentleman stepping onto the platform. His name was Mr. David. Raza thought, "He looks wealthy. Surely he will help me." So he walked up to him and held out his hand. But instead of giving him money, David asked a simple question. "Do you always just take from others? Have you ever given anything to anyone?" Raza froze. No one had ever asked him that before. I'm just a beggar," he said softly. "I survive by asking. I have nothing to give." David shook his head. "If you believe you have nothing to give, then you have no right to ask. I don't give charity. I believe in exchange." And with that, he boarded his train and disappeared. Raza stood there, stunned, not hurt, but shaken by the truth. That night, he couldn't sleep. He kept hearing those words. If you want to receive, you must first give. For 2 days, he didn't beg. He simply thought. On the third day, something caught his eye. A small patch of wildflowers growing near the tracks. Bright, colorful, alive. And suddenly, an idea struck him. What if I stop just taking and start giving? What if I offer people a flower every time they help me? Raza gently picked a few flowers, returned to his spot, and waited. When someone gave him a coin, he smiled and offered a flower in return. People were surprised, pleasantly surprised. They smiled back. Some even thanked him. And soon, he noticed something amazing. When he had flowers, people gave more. When he ran out, the coins stopped. Raza whispered to himself, "People love to receive value." One afternoon, Raza saw David again, sitting by a train window. He rushed toward him. "Sir," he called out, "today I have something to give you. If you give me money, I will give you flowers in return." David smiled proudly. He handed over some cash and accepted the flowers. "You understand now," he said. "Exchange is the foundation of success. Today, you are not a beggar. You are a businessman." Those words lit a fire inside Raza. Half a year passed. At the same station, 2 well-dressed men crossed paths. David looked closely. Something about the man felt familiar. "Have we met before?" he asked. The other man smiled. "Yes, sir. Twice. Once when I had nothing, and once when I offered you flowers." Recognition filled David's eyes. You were the beggar." Raza nodded. "Not anymore. I now run a small flower business. I'm traveling today to expand it." David was amazed. "How did you manage all this?" Raza replied. "You taught me a truth that changed everything. We only receive when we give. I was never a beggar. I just didn't see the businessman inside me." The 2 men shook hands, this time as equals. Your future is shaped not by your circumstances, but by how you see yourself. Believe you are small, and life will keep you small. But once you recognize your potential, you open the door to greatness. Change your thoughts, and your world will change with them.